languages like Bemba. We take it into account. Um, to develop organ to pronunciation to change it from their typical pronunciation to but as far as they were brought up in the in Zambia, and how do you well, as for challenges, I don't think come here because the road their background, their linguistic background. For example, I know a lot about. Welcome to this interview. Thank you very much. Okay, for starters, can you please introduce yourself and describe your role at Volga State Yeah, sure. University? Sure. So, my name is Marina Polikova. I'm a lecturer at the Volgograd State Socio-Pedagogical University. So, I work for the Cathedra of the English language and the methods of its teaching. And also, I work with the International Cooperation Department where I teach foreign students to speak the Russian language. As for me, I have got long-term relationship with Volgograd Social Pedagogical University as I used to be its student. I got all my degrees there. And later I continued working there. I have experience in teaching students at the Department of Social Work. I taught PR and mass media. Uh, Later, I worked at the Department of English Language and Methods of Teaching. I taught students English language, and nowadays I work with uh, International Cooperation Department. Yes, yes. International Cooperation Department as a teacher of Russian language as a foreign language. All right. So I heard you talk about to say you were a student at Volgograd State Pedagogical University. So there must be something that motivated you to participate in this staff exchange program with ICU in Zambia. Yes, sure. Uh, there were several reasons to do this. First of all, it's a cultural exchange, broadening my outlook, and moreover, I see the opportunity to speak English with in English-speaking country very beneficial for my future job. As for me, I had a lot of experience with foreign students. First of all, because when I was a student at my university, I took part in an exchange program with France, and I liked it a lot. And when I started working at university as a lecturer, I started teaching foreign students, but I worked with students from Egypt, from Yemen, from Haiti, and from some other countries. But I have never worked with Zambian students, so I decided that it would be a great experience for me. All right. So, how has been your experience since you joined ICE Zambia? Well, I believe that this experience has been really exciting because here we have got a lot of students who are interested in the course that we are teaching here. And I believe that this will be only the first step of this program. Right, sure, sure. I believe this has been a teaching and cultural exchange experience. So, can you tell us about the courses that you are teaching at ICU as part of the exchange program? Yeah, sure. First of all, this project provides the implementation of 6 full-time additional general educational programs in Russian with a duration of 60 academic hours for each course. And in fact, we have got about 36 academic hours for the classroom work and 6 hours for workshops in the Russian language, Russian culture, and so on. And in fact, there are 6 programs. The first one is the ABC of communication. So the purpose of the course is to develop the international, interpersonal skills and teach the basis of communication in a multicultural society. So there are other courses. So Tatiana will tell you about the second one. The second one is my favorite because I hold it. It is about Russian culture and literature. And the aim of the course is to introduce foreign Russian literature and culture to students to increase their interest in learning the Russian language. And within this course, students uh, um, learned about Russian traditional fairy tales, about the characters of Russian traditional fairy tales. We also uh, learned about some famous poets like Alexander Pushkin, who is famous in the whole world.
So we have four more courses, and they all have got different topics to study. I mean that, for example, we have got, what do we have? We have got the Russia language and traditions. There we work with we learn about different festivals that we have in Russia. Also, we have got roads of Russia in Volgograd. So there we get to know the Russian geography. For example, you can see a map there. There is a map of Russia, there is the map of the world. So we compare all that because we would like students to get to know about Russia and about our own region, which is Volgograd. It is located in the south of Russia,
All right,
like this.
So, how do you adapt your teaching methods to suit the cultural context and needs of Zambian students?
Well, first of all, I cannot say that we adapt our teaching methods too much because our aim is to show the Russian educational system. So we would like to show how we work in Russia, how we use our Russian teaching methods, and I believe that it is interesting for students because the ways how we teach is a bit different. But for sure, we adapt some things because we need to speak English here, first of all, because with Russian students we speak we speak Russian most of all, and also I think that we share the way how we work with our students, and they also teach us because we do not know a lot about Zambian educational system, so we get a lot of new information from our students here.
Okay, thank you. What cultural exchange and interactions have you found most interesting and enlightening during your time at ICU?
So let me answer this question. First of all, when we work with our students here, we recognize that they were brought up in a bilingual society because they do not only speak English but also local languages like Bemba, and we take it into account. Um, so. And it's quite a challenge to develop their speaking skills because we also work with uh, organs of speaking, and we do some training to work with pronunciation to change it from their typical pronunciation into Russian way we pronounce the words.
But I believe that this kind of learning is very interesting for them, and at the same time, it is a bit easier for Zambian students as far as they were brought up in the multilingual society. So, if they do not see anything common between Russian and English, they can see something in common between Russian and Bemba, for example. So in this case, knowing several languages allows them to find more than they could if they knew only one language.
Okay, I also hope our students are taking time to teach you our language.
Yes, a bit.
A little bit, yes.
I know only Mulishani now.
Oh, interesting. All right, thank you. So, what challenges, if any, have you encountered while teaching in Zambia, and how have you addressed them?
Oh, well, as for challenges, I don't think that there were so many challenges. First of all, it was a big challenge for us to come here because the road takes a lot of time. But in teaching, I think that the biggest challenge is that we do not know a lot about Zambian educational system. So we do not know a lot about their background, their linguistic background. For example, I know a lot about how Russian teachers teach the Russian language. And I know that my Russian students are familiar with such concepts as subject, predicate, and other linguistic terms. But I do not know if Zambian students know them well. And that is why I need to understand it while learning, while teaching.
How do you believe this exchange program benefits you and Zambian students?
Well, I believe that there are a lot of benefits, first of all, and well, for me, it was very important as far as I teach English students. No, I'm sorry, not English students. I teach Russian students to speak the English language, and I also teach foreign students to speak the Russian language. But here, the center implements some programs in Russian within the framework of subject language learning approach. This means that the study of a foreign language, in this case, this is the Russian language, is not so much aimed at mastering the knowledge, the system of knowledge of the language itself, but we try to show that the Russian language may be a means of formation of professional competencies. So we show that students can use the Russian language to get their professional knowledge.
And I also would like to add that I see benefits for further career for our students because you know that our countries, our governments now are in closer partnership and they are developing this issue. We are just one step ahead preparing Zambian students to work in Russia, to hold the partnership here, perhaps to find Russian partners for their future businesses.
Interesting, interesting. Can you share any memorable teaching moments or experience during your time at ICU?
Well, for me, the most memorable lesson was just a week ago. Yes, because every week we give some workshops. I mean that we do not learn the Russian language only. We prepared a lot of stuff with us, so you can see some students' books, but there you can see some things that are uh, aimed to show our traditions. For example, some musical instruments that are traditional for Russia, some equipment for games, and also we had a workshop on physiology, for example. I'm not a physiology or biology lecturer, but we brought here a kind of a laboratory on physiology. So we want to show how students can learn something else besides the Russian language, using the Russian language. So last week we worked with some sensors or indicators of the pulse, indicators of breath, uh, blood tests, and so on. We even used a kind of, I'm not sure how to say it in English, this should be a cardiograph, electrocardiograph. So to understand how our heart works. And next week we are going to work with a microscope. Speak in Russian.
Interesting.
As for me, the most memorable moment teaching students here is also connected with a workshop. We decided to have one outdoors, and it was dedicated to Russian traditional games. So it was very nice to play some games. You can see some of them there. So we played Lato and Garatki.
And also they danced, and I was really envious because I didn't come that day to university, so I would like
That
to dance
was
again.
another workshop.
I don't hear it. It was
Yeah.
interesting.
And as a result of the workshop, I saw that students got closer to each other. It was kind of a team building work, and our relationship in the group, I think, increased the next level. Students were allowed to wear Russian traditional costumes. We also brought them here, and they took a lot of colorful photos to share with their friends.
Nice, interesting. Okay, we'll go on a short break.
Okay,
Thank
fine.
you.
Welcome to Zambia, a land of breathtaking natural wonders and diverse cultures. Home to the Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Zambia boasts a rich cultural heritage, captivating wildlife and a promising future. Zambia is a nation rich in both history and modernity. In the heart of Zambia lies Lusaka, the capital and largest city located in the southern part of the Central Plateau. Lusaka is one of the fastest developing cities in southern Africa. With a population of about 3.3 million, Lusaka is a center of both commercial and government in Zambia and connects to the country's 4 main highways, heading north, south, east, and west. Lusaka has several cultural facilities such as museums and galleries, which include Lusaka National Museum and Henry Tayali Gallery. The city also has several parks such as Mundawanga Environmental Park, Lusaka National Park, and Chaminuka Nature Reserve that offer visitors a chance to see wildlife up close. Within this dynamic city lies the Information and Communications University, ICU, a place where educational traditions merge with future-focused learning, a place where innovation and research thrive. With a commitment to providing industrial-oriented academic qualifications, ICU stands as a beacon of higher learning education in Zambia, serving over 5,000 students on both distance and full-time learning modes. But what sets ICU apart? It's our core values. At ICU, we cherish freedom of thought and expression, foster innovativeness and creativity, uphold good governance integrity, promote teamwork, professionalism, and responsible citizenship. We believe in strengthening national cohesion and inclusiveness. Our programs are designed to nurture problem-solving skills, a vital asset for job creation in Zambia. We emphasize critical thinking, creative reasoning, and informed decision-making. Our vision is clear: to be a leading provider of quality education across Africa. Our motto: delivering an ICT-enabled education with excellence. Whether you're passionate about technology, engineering, agriculture, or business, ICU offers a diverse range of programs tailored to your ambitions. Our School of Engineering offers unique programs such as Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with Education, Bachelor of Information and Communications Technology with Education, and more. In our School of Humanities and Business, you can explore degrees in Development Studies, Human Resource Management, Journalism, and various other fields. Education is about making a real impact. ICU proudly partners with the Zambia Research and Development Center, ZRDC, to offer scholarships and contribute to Zambia's social and economic growth. Our global reach extends far and wide. Collaborations with institutions like Volgograd State Socio-Pedagogical University in Russia and the Academy of Maritime Education and Training in Chennai, India, offer unique opportunities for our students. In a groundbreaking initiative, ICU has joined hands with the Zambia Correctional Service to provide tertiary education to inmates, fostering rehabilitation and brighter futures. At ICU, education goes beyond textbooks. Our vibrant campus hosts numerous associations, sports, and organizations that enrich the students' experience. Our commitment to excellence shines through the remarkable achievement of our alumni who have made significant contributions to society. So, why choose ICU? Because here, you will find more than education. You will discover a community that nurtures your dreams and empowers you to shape the future. Information and Communications University, driving the wheel for the nation in research and innovation.
Earlier, we told you about the most exciting experience that we had in Zambia.
Yes.
So we decided to show how it was. We have got our patient, the person who's going to be under the experiment, and we decided to show you a piece of equipment that we brought with us. So this is not medical equipment. This is more to make students be familiar with how medicine works. So it has got the sensor and it has got two pieces and the electricity is involved. But I'm not going to scare my patient. So we do this. We put these sensors to the wrists this way. And after that, we start running the program. So the program looks like this. This is a special program for practice in biology class, and now I run it. Okay, so what's going on?
Our patient is less.
Yes, I'm afraid it is because I didn't connect it earlier. I disconnected the sensor, and now the program needs some time to restart. Okay, I think that I need to reload the program.
What type of slippers did you use?
Sorry?
What type of slippers?
Slippers. So, while the program is reopening, let me show you some slippers. They're traditional Russian shoes.
They are
They're-
called lapti.
Yes, that's right. They are lapti. And usually, well, we have been wearing them for a very long time. They are made of the wood cover.
Yeah.
Yes, they are made of wood, in fact. Like
They're
this.
usually made of birch.
Birch, yes. Birch is the best tree in Russia. Well, maybe not the best, but we love birches because they're white and this is a very nice symbol of Russia. But let me try to use the program again. So I try. Okay, so now you see that after the renewal it works well. So it shows how the heart of our patient works. I believe that cardiologists may understand what's going on, but unfortunately I'm a language teacher.
So we can see that the rice is repetitive and it's a good symbol.
Yes, that's right. But the most interesting thing is that the lecturer that shows how this works should not be the medicine lecturer because there are a lot of tutorials, there are a lot of special books to understand how it works. And in fact, we can always conduct an experiment. So, for example, you see that now the black sensor is on the left hand and the green one is on the right hand. But we can also ask our students to try and see what happens if we change the sensors. For example, we do like this. So we change the hands and we see that the graph goes like upside down. And we can ask our students to understand why it happens, how is it connected to the senses, and so on.
All right, interesting.
Thank you for this illustration.
You are welcome.
Sure.
Okay, I think that we should continue.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I believe that.
All right, thank you for that. I'm sure this experience has been very impactful on our students. How do you think this exposure to Russian language has been beneficial to the ICU students?
Well, I believe that it is going to be very beneficial. First of all, because they learn a new language. Well, learning every new language, first of all, shows you how the world is different. and it helps you understand people from other countries. It makes you more flexible. It doesn't mean that you just learn a language. You learn another view to life, another world picture, another way of thinking about things. For example, in the English language, you use articles. For example, you say, this is a table, that table is big, and so on. And this is the way how you think. So every time you use a noun, you need to think about whether it is definite or indefinite thing. But in Russian, we have no articles and we live with no articles. So we never think about if the thing is definite or indefinite. But at the same time, you have got a lot of verbal tenses, but we have only 3 verbal tenses in Russian. So there are different concepts. For example, in English, you have got the blue color, and you can easily understand if it is blue. So this is blue, that is blue, and if I point at the alphabet, this is always blue. But for Russian people, there are 2 different colors. And we do not say light blue or deep blue. We say this is синий, that is голубой. So they are completely different concepts for us. And that is how you learn a new language, because your mind just broadens. Well, I mean that for sure students get much more opportunities later. They can communicate with Russian partners and so on. But I believe that this kind of thing is really amazing about learning languages.
All right, thank you. Have you observed any changes from the time you started teaching the ICU students?
Yes, sure. No doubt we have. First of all, I was talking about this earlier that we work with organs of speaking to master our pronunciation. And I have even noticed that the way of English pronunciations with some students have changed. Yes. For example, in Russian language, we always pronounce R. It is very hard, and we have many hard letters like U. And now students are able to do this, and I think it evolves not only their skills for speaking Russian language, but even speech skills to be speakers at any events, to be heard by the audience.
Yes,
I think as for learning skills, as we use our learning methods that we brought from our university, that we were taught, and we implement them here. So students now are getting to use them too.
Yes, that's right. And also, Tatiana has already said that they worked on the organs of speech. So now students they can not only speak any language, but they understand how their body works better. Because to speak well any language, we need to understand that we have got our lungs, how they work, how vocal cords work, and so on. So they can control their body better, and this is better for their speaking skills, public speaking skills also.
Okay, and I'm now excited to come and join this class.
Yes, we will be
All right,
glad
sure.
to see you.
Sure. So we go back to this collaboration that was made like a few months ago. Do you see opportunities for future collaborations between Belgrade State Social Pedagogical University and of course IC?
Yes, for sure. We strongly believe that there will be the next step of our project. We believe that, first of all, we are not the only Russian lecturers who are going to come here, but also there may be some students exchange programs for lecturers, maybe some online courses or something else. There is plenty of opportunities, and that is why we cannot speak about something one only. We believe that there will be a big a strong partnership later.
When we come back home, we will advertise ICU as a hospitable university
Yes.
with friendly staff and very industrious students.
All right, yeah. How has this exchange program contributed to your personal growth?
Well, I believe that this is some new experience for me because it's the first time when I teach the Russian language. Students who can speak English very well, because normally students who come to Russia, their native language is not English. So for me, it is first of all beneficial because I am the English language lecturer also, so I can practice my English speaking skills. But at the same time, this is a new environment and traditions for learning and teaching here are different. So I get a lot speaking about methods of teaching. Also, I communicate with lecturers of ICU, and we have got some methodological exchange here. So we cooperate a lot, and we get a lot new information from our colleagues from ICU.
Oh, as for me, I have already told that that I am interested in culture, and it's a great opportunity for me to be integrated in the country's culture, to study it from inside, to observe daily routine of people, to learn more, to learn some words in local languages. We ask our students and our colleagues to teach us a little bit.
Yes, and I would add that Tatiana has mentioned the most important thing. Here we are not just travelers who come to a country just to see some sights. We are here as a part of a society now because we have been here for about 2 months by now, and it is really important because we see everyday life, we see how people live, we see the real society of Zambia. And it's really amazing because when you are just a visitor, you come and you pick something oriented towards tourists. You do not see how people live. But now it's very interesting for us.
Okay, in conclusion, what has been the most significant takeaway from your time at ICU in Zambia?
Well, that's a very interesting question because we said so much about our cooperation with ICU and so on.
I think that the most obvious impact that I would see is the desire of my students to come to Russia to visit it, to be students and Volgograd Social Pedagogical University to study culture. And I'm happy to see that every day my students come and share some knowledges that they learned out of our courses. They study some phrases to speak, and they ask, can I say like this? Can I use it in my life in Russia? And they also ask about some legislation there, about social work there, because you teach social workers, and so did I in Volgograd. And uh, um, I think it is the best gift for every teacher to see that their students are developing and they are showing interest.
Yes,
And
and
it's inspiring.
absolutely, that is what I wanted to say. That I feel inspiration for work because our students started their Russian language course at the end of August, and now they have been coming for our lessons for 2 months. That's really exciting to see that they still come, they still would like to learn the Russian language, and I believe that the best thing is that now I am sure that I showed Russia, that I presented my country in a good way because I love my country for sure, and now I love Zambia. And I believe that this cooperation, this communication that we have here with our students will help them to communicate with people not only from Russia but from other countries, from other nationalities. And this is the best thing. We become more flexible, more open towards the world, and this is very important, I believe.
All right, thank you so much. I must recommend the good job that you're doing.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
and I'll be coming for my class.
We will be
All
waiting
right,
for you.
thank you so much.
Thank